Cramer, you know what you can do with your IPO? Stock quotes in this article: JPM, WFC, C, WLTGQ, AMZN, BABA. The initial public offering deluge is here and I don't like it, not one bit. This is the week when we get 7 deals and this market is not equipped for all this supply, particularly from some pretty, let's say, suboptimal offerings. Let's tick them down so you know what I am talking about. First is Azul, which means blue in Spanish and Portuguese. It's the Brazilian JetBlue, which makes sense because the man who used to run JetBlue, David Neeleman, is the CEO. Azul's a potentially compelling story if you like Brazil. With 124 planes, Azul is the largest airline in Brazil in terms of departures and it's the sole airline on 70% of its routes. There's hot money that wants this one. It opened at a small premium in part because GOL Linhas Aéreas, or just plain GOL as people call it, the low-fare Brazilian airline, is up 140% this year. That said, it's not exactly what you want to start the deluge, as foreign airlines are tricky investments and many have done well out of the chute only to founder later on. Then there's Vantage Energy Acquisition, which is a special acquisition vehicle, or SPAC, that's raising money to buy oil and gas assets. I dislike SPACs intensely because you are writing a blank check to someone and hoping it all works out. Sure, it might, but it's almost irresponsible to be involved in something that you don't know what it will be. Cadence Bancorp is a Houston-based commercial bank with decent profitability. But later this week we get earnings from JP Morgan, JPM, Wells Fargo, WFC, and Citigroup, C. You buy this one, you better hope the other banks are going to report superior numbers or else. Wells Fargo and Citigroup are part of the Street's Action Alerts Plus portfolio. I know coal is all the rage now that Trump is president, and I get that. So I am sure that Warrior Met Coal, WLTGQ, the former Walter Energy, will have some fans. But Walter still leaves a bitter taste in one's mouth, having just filed for bankruptcy 2 years ago. The appeal here is that tariffs have made China and Korea steel dumping hard, which has revived its US competitors who have to use this kind of coal to make steel. It could pop, but an escape from bankruptcy play is never reassuring. In case you haven't had enough of Brazil, you might be interested in Nets Hose, an online clothing and sports retailer. I don't know. If you really want an online retailer, how about Amazon, AMZN, or Alibaba, BABA? I would feel a heck of a lot better owning either one. You know you are getting to the bottom of the barrel when you start getting clinical stage biotechs, the ultimate dice rolls, with immunotherapy. These are totally hit or miss, and I would think that unless it has a magic elixir, you are simply buying a lottery ticket. I would prefer to buy a lottery ticket, especially as the week moves ahead with deal after deal. Finally, there is Yext, a 10-year-old digital technology company that advertises itself as an enterprise that gives businesses control of their digital knowledge about their people, places, and products across the digital ecosystem. This is precisely the kind of company that I would expect to come public at the tail end of a deluge. I am sure it will have some sponsorship and maybe the bankers can make it hot by only offering a small amount of stock. No matter. This is a holiday-shortened week with not a lot of room for any deals. Instead, we have 7. That's many deals too much, and it makes me a little more pessimistic than I would like to be because my discipline says don't trust a tape where too much supply is jammed into the market without enough demand, and that's just what's happening this week with the deluge that has so often marked a short-term top in the market.